Thank you, Raipur Menopausal Society, for giving me the opportunity to talk on this topic. So, as we understand that things are changing, and
Ma'am,
we
shall I give a small introduction of your start? So it's my proud privilege again to introduce our renowned consultant here, Dr. Suman Mittal. She's a medical oncologist at Mittal Cancer Hospital, Raipur. And she's the director of Mittal Hospital. She's also the director of Mittal Hospital in Raipur and Bhilai. We welcome you, ma'am.
uh, can I?
Yes, please. Sir.
Thank you. Sorry, I be started before. So, today we'll be talking about something very different, very important. So, till now we were always talking about something routine. We were talking about infectious diseases, routine things, but now we have moved from that, and now we have gone to genetics, and genetics in gynec oncology, it is affecting a lot of things. Pehle we were only thinking about BRCA. That was the only thing we were all thinking. But BRCA we have left behind long back, and BRCA se leke ab now we have come to the precision treatment and precision prevention. So we will see how. So why and how genetics more? कोई फर्क पड़ता है क्या? Whether we know or not about genetics in gynec oncology? Yes, it does make a lot of difference, because it is not only important from point of view of diagnosis or treatment. It also helps us preventing the cancer. It helps us making the accurate diagnosis. We can detect disease early in same woman and in the relatives, and definitely we have now many targeted therapies which are available depending upon the genetic mutations or alterations we have in the patient. And if it is a familial, then it leads to family protection. So, hard data, what every gynecologist should know, almost 15 to 20% of all ovarian cancer are inherited. So, it's a big chunk. Almost the 50% of like a woman who is having BRCA1 having lifetime risk of having ovarian cancer up to 50%. Today, I am doing or we are doing genetic testing in 100% of the women who are diagnosed to have ovarian cancer. So, all women who have ovarian cancer, they need to be tested for uh, genetic testing, and then there are multiple biomarkers available. So, हम लोग पहले we were doing only family history, and we were thinking कि फैमिली में कई सारे लोगों को दे हैव द डिजीज, सो मे बी इट इज फैमिलियल. From family history we move to BRCA, and now we are doing genetic testing, and now we are doing it with next generation gene sequencing, and with that we are moving to precision oncology. So we are doing right test for right person, giving right treatment, and we have better outcome. So just few examples, because we have very less time. So a 35-year-old woman, she comes to us that her mother and sister had ovarian cancer. Genetic testing was done, so it is a she is BRCA positive. So it makes a lot of difference. So now we have advised her for regular testing, reducing sulfingotryptemy after completion of the family, breast surveillance, and maybe skin sparing mastectomy after 35 years of age. So we are this way, with the genetics in our background, we are able to prevent the disease before it is occurring. So another woman, she is 55-year-old, diagnosed as ovarian cancer, stage 3. We have treated with cytoreductive surgery and chemotherapy. आज के कुछ साल पहले तक क्या होता था, वी वुड हैव स्टॉप द ट्रीटमेंट हियर, एंड वी वर टोल्ड कि अब आपको रेगुलर फॉलो अप में रहना है. बट व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस नाउ? सो वी आर डूइंग जेनेटिक टेस्टिंग फॉर all the women. So this she turned out to be BRCA positive. So now हम सिर्फ उसको उसकी या उसकी फैमिली को हम प्रिवेंट नहीं कर रहे हैं. Now prevent the disease from recurring in the same woman. Now we are giving ARP inhibitors, which is the standard of care. So after completion of the chemotherapy and surgery, we give them PARP inhibitor lifelong or till disease recurs, and it has seen a significant improvement in progression free survival and overall survival in this woman, and most of these women respond for years, not months. So ovarian cancer, it is genetic champion. So all ovarian epithelial malignancy deserve genetic mutation. So BRCA is one test, then HRD. So I'll omit this. So beyond BRCA, so we are doing genetic testing for all the women with ovarian cancer, and more than 50% of them are having HRD positive. So HRD positive means it might not be inherited, but there are certain genetic changes which behaves same as BRCA. So we give them the same treatment after completion of the chemotherapy and surgery. We put them on maintenance PARP inhibitor, olaparib, or similar other drugs. So genetic testing has been advised by all guidelines, and these are the standard guidelines which recommends for giving uh, maintenance olaparib, bevacizumab, and similar drugs. So BRCA we know, so I'll go fast because we have less time. We have to cover lot many things. BRCA is responsible not only for breast and ovarian cancer, but it has also increases risk of pancreatic cancer, melanoma, and prostate cancer in men. So a woman with ovarian cancer, we need to give treatment wise PARP inhibitor. It increases risk of other cancer, and it also increases risk in other family members if they are positive. So what we can do for prevention, we have a set how we can guidelines how to prevent breast cancer, what screening should be done at what time, which includes clinical breast examination, breast MRI, and mammogram. And then other than breast, BRCA is also responsible for ovary. So there is always a place for risk reducing salpingo-oophorectomy after completion of the family. Before 35 year of age, we generally advise transvaginal sonography and CA1. Right. So these are the various things which we advise. Now, another kind of disease, a 65-year-old woman who was treated 4 years back with endometrial cancer. Now the disease has recurred. We did the biopsy, we did the genetic testing, that was the NGS. So NGS was showing MSI high. What does it mean? It means we did further testing, and our germline testing showed that the pathogenic MSH12 mutation is there. It leads to the diagnosis of Lynch syndrome, that is another type of hereditary mutation where the risk of endometrial cancer is high. So डज इट मेक अ डिफरेंस कि मैंने डायग्नोज कर लिया कि चलो लिंच सिंड्रोम है तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? इट मेक्स अ डिफरेंस, क्योंकि अगर मैंने नहीं किया होता था, आई वुड हैव गिवन हर कीमोथेरेपी, बट नाउ आई नो इट इज अ लिंच सिंड्रोम and there's a certain mutation. So rather than giving her immunotherapy, I'll be giving her immunotherapy. That is, if you can see in the middles with genetics, we'll be giving pembrolizumab or dostarlimab, and it has got excellent response with very long term survival with hardly any side effects as compared to chemotherapy. So this is a like this was a one drug which was called a wonder drug. So it was also used because this mutation also leads to increased risk of colon cancer. So there was बीच में हम लोगों ने काफी देखा था miracle drug with one drug tumors is disappearing totally. So this was one of the drug which was used particularly for Lynch syndrome. So Lynch syndrome, it leads to so many increased risk of so many other cancers. So if somebody is diagnosed with MSH high, so not only that her treatment is changing, we need to put her screening for other cancer, and also the other family members who are at risk. We need to test them genetically and do regular screening for them. So I'll omit this because sake of the time, because too many things to discuss. So this was how to investigate and screen for Lynch syndrome. Now another woman, she's a young woman. Again, stage 2 endometrial cancer, surgery done, radiotherapy done. But so endometrial cancer may be now for every woman who is having endometrial cancer, 100% time we are doing genetic testing for them. We are doing 3 mutations, POL, TP53 and MSI. This is standard. Endometrial cancer a woman should not go home without a genetic testing, because it leads to lot of changes. How we manage, how is the prognosis, and how is the prognosis for her even family members. So दो स्टेज 2 है, स्टेज 4 में हम using immunotherapy, but stage 2 means treatment remains the same, but what is changing is surveillance, because she is at risk of other cancers. So now we have to look for colonoscopy, family screening, and future prevention of future other cancers. So one pathology report can change health of the entire family. This is another test. Another 52-year-old woman, uh, hysterectomy done, ego stage 2. So it was diagnosed with high intermediate risk. So जो standard recommendation है as an oncologist, what I will do, I will have put her on general brachytherapy with or without external beam radiotherapy. As I said that for 100% of the women who are diagnosed to have endometrial cancer, we do genetic testing for all of them. And then the report came as pole mutation positive. So this is a very good prognosis. So we always say we treat but God cures. Same is the treat here this. So बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि हमको ऐसा लगता है कि ओके एंडोमेट्रियल कैंसर हमने ऑपरेट किया, मे बी ट्रीटमेंट वाज नॉट इवन full treatment, patient has left the disease halfway, but still they are doing good. So it is not because we have done something great or patient has something great, it is because the genetics at time, which is a pole mutation positive, these are the people who have least risk. So rather than once the pole mutation is positive, I will not do any adjuvant treatment for her. No brachytherapy, no external beam radiotherapy, because prognosis is anyway excellent. So this is the standard how we treat endometrial cancer, and these are the 3 mutations. So we generally pole, MSI, and TP53. So if you see, depending upon the tumor, there the prognosis is different. So with the same treatment, same stage, prognosis is totally different depending upon what are the different mutation we see. And even staging भी अब change हो गई है. So पहले हम staging में we were only seeing histopathology. Now we have also included cytogenetics in staging. So genetic test, it has multiple clinical implication, and we do have to take multiple clinical decisions. Like अगर BRCA है, so we have to not only prevention in the patient and the family, but we also give them adjuvant PARP inhibitor after completion of the chemotherapy. अगर MSI high है या Lynch syndrome है, then there is a role of immunotherapy. And then surveillance. HER2 positive अगर कोई tumor आ जाता है, then we have to treat them in recurrence, trastuzumab. Pole mutation, as I said, there's a de-escalation of the treatment. So it always not that we make something different, we even reduce the treatment based on the genetics. So in 2026, what genetics is no longer a family history test, it is a treatment selection tool. So I'll omit this. Cervical cancer. Generally, cervical cancer is not related to much to the genetics and hereditary, but if there's a recurrence of cervical cancer or metastatic, then these are the standard many mutations we are doing on biopsy, and based on these mutation, again treatment and targeted therapy changes. So what are the implication of genetic testing? So it we know better about the disease, we can prevent, we can treat differently, we can prevent in the familial, and even we can save from the unnecessary treatment. And the important thing is cascade testing, that is a familial testing. If index case is diagnosed to have some genetic mutation, then we have to test other family members, and if they are positive, then there are list or there are proper protocols then how we need to screen family members. So I'll omit them. So what kind of genetic test we have? So depending, we have single gene testing, multiple gene testing, and nowadays we are also doing whole genome sequencing. So which testing we'll do, it totally depends upon what we want to know. If cancer we know, if it's a hereditary, we know the mutation, then we will do a single gene mutation. But if we are suspecting there might be some mutation, but we are not aware, then it is better to do multiple gene testing, that by the NGS method. So, what are the family history red flags? If it is there in the family, then we have to do the genetic test. Early age of the cancer, ovarian cancer, all women with ovarian cancer have to undergo genetic testing. Multiple generation are affected with same breast or ovary, then again it is a red flags. So family history starts the journey. Genetics defines the risk. Molecular profiling, which we are doing now, personalize the treatment. So, depending upon the mutation, we change our treatment, and precision oncology has changed the outcome and the result in the patient. So, ये standard genetic panels which is available commercially, I think all of us can use them. We are using them regularly. Ovary के लिए we are using BRCA and HRD for every woman. Every woman who is diagnosed to have ovarian cancer, they need to do this test. Endometrial cancer, three genes, MSI, TP53, and pole mutation. Ovarian sarcoma, we generally advise HER2, and young endometrial cancer, Lynch syndrome evaluation with the MSI needs to be done. So, question is no longer, did I do the genetic test? Question is now, what I'm going to miss if I don't do genetic test. So, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It was an excellent presentation, and thank you for allowing genetics to come in our regular OPDs from genetic clinics. Thank you, and actually, we must advise a patient of ovarian cancers, endometrial cancers, whether it is cervical cancers, or genetic testing, not to help the family members, but also for her treatment purpose. So we have the tool of immunotherapy. That's why if we diagnose something, we can do best for the patient. Thank you. It was excellent presentation, ma'am. Thank you.
Really nice, ma'am. It was definitely an eye opener for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. See, it depends what test we are doing. So, if you are doing BRCA, it costs us 5,000 rupees. Germline BRCA. If you are doing HRD, now it costs around 25,000. Uh, for endometrium, it costs around 12, 13,000.
Whole
So,
profile, like whole.
we doing so like so three basic mutations which we need for all endometrial cancer. It costs us 12,000, 12 or 13,000. Germline BRCA, first we do it for all ovary, so that is doing from blood. So that costs 5,000, 5.5 depending upon the lab we are doing. अगर BRCA पॉजिटिव है तो आगे कुछ नहीं करना है because we know, but if it is BRCA then we send the histopathology sample, the tumor sample, to the lab for HRD. So that costs around 25,000. But over a period of time, cost is coming. So 2 years back, it was costing us 60,000. Now it is costing 25,000. So with time, I think more and more labs. And सबसे important ये होता है ना कि उनके पास जितने सैंपल्स जाते हैं, जितने ज्यादा हम अवेयर हैं, हम जितना सैंपल भेजते हैं, कॉस्ट फिर कम होता जाता है. एंड इट हैज लॉट ऑफ इम्प्लीकेशन ऑन द ट्रीटमेंट. तो ये सिर्फ जानने के लिए नहीं है कि अच्छा इसको ये म्यूटेशन है. एवरी म्यूटेशन हैज अ लाइक ओवरी में 50% केसेस में एचआरडी पॉजिटिव रहता है. एंड जिनको भी एचआरडी पॉजिटिव है, सो आफ्टर कीमोथेरेपी वी हैव टू स्टार्ट देम ऑफ पाप इनहिबिटर्स. एंड उसे जो रिलैप्स रिस्क है दैट रिड्यूसेस टू अ सिग्निफिकेंट एक्सटेंट एंड इट इंक्रीजेस द ओवरऑल सर्वाइवल ऑफ द पेशेंट.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I requested everyone, inauguration हो रहा है, please come to the other hall.